I don't know, that's really something we need to. Because the midterm was possibly. Consider that.
Yeah, what I want to do, if we can we order, what do they call traditions?
SXO.
SXO. Yeah, can we get a big red stamp that says SXO? And so the potential, yeah, and just stamp it on here, whenever there's sensitive stuff. Or just like maybe brackets sensitive, just red stamp it. Yeah, so that way they can have that.
Which one would you rather?
Probably sensitive, because sometimes I realize there's most of these all sex agents are most of them.
So just make it easier. And for the meantime, just write it in red.
All right, Mr.
Yeah, just
Johnson.
it's like probably like brackets, like sensitive, and then just put it bold.
Okay.
We got a sign thing now. I just put them in order so they're not falling all over each other trying to get out.
And we just probably leave it up at Carol's desk, that they can stamp it, that way make sure it's taken, or is it not?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it there. That way I'll know to slow down.
She's nice. She'll be really nice. They were there yesterday. I don't think it would be good today. Yeah, we'll do that first. many boys you got?
Or 2 girls right now.
Oh, and the rest of them underage? Two underage and one. Well, there's 5 girls. Oh,
Tested. So they're bent down. So they're not. Ron.
Who's your student? Yeah, about two. All right, so this is the detention docket for the 29th. I'll explain what's going on. The law says when a child's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 business days. The judge has to decide whether to keep you in custody or to release you. All right. Now, that decision is basically a 2-step process. First of all, I have to find that there's probable cause. That's a legal term, meaning can somebody articulate, can somebody put into words a series of statements that, if they were true, would be a violation of our laws. That doesn't mean there's evidence. That doesn't mean there's witnesses. That means it's somebody's statement. So it is hearsay. I will just listen to or read the statements and decide whether or not, if they were true, assuming they're true, that a law was broken. If so, then is the next step, which was for me to decide whether I should detain you or to release you. And that is going to be based on factors such as if you would be a danger to yourself, in my opinion, if you'd be a danger to others, if you're likely to not show up in court, or if previously been adjudicated for a felony, all these different factors. Now, once I consider those, I'll decide to keep you or to release you. If I keep you here, then the law says you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here for me to make that decision again. That's to make sure that no child is forgotten in our detention facility. I will let you know now that there will be information that I do not have when I'm doing these reports. And if there is information that you think is necessary for your case or helpful for your case, I advise you to tell your attorney. Do not tell me here today. The reason why is because there are prosecutors in this room that are taking notes, and I don't want you to say anything that may make your attorney's job harder than it may already be. This also goes for the parents. I am certain there is information about your child's behavioral or mental or physical issues. This is not necessarily the time for it. That is something that you need to tell your attorney, your child's attorney, so that the attorney can decide when to support for this case. I want to remind everyone, this is not the trial. This is not about whether you did or not. I'm not sentencing anybody. This is simply about detaining you while your case is pending. Right, now you do have certain rights at this hearing. Most importantly, you do have a right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything at all. I'm not going to ask you questions about your offense unless it's with the permission of your attorney. Now, I advise you to use that right to remain silent. Your attorney is going to advise you to use that right to remain silent. However, if you refuse to take the advice of me or your attorney, then anything you say at a detention hearing cannot be used against you in any other type of court setting. Finally, you have a right to an attorney. If you or your family cannot afford an attorney, I will provide one for you. So we'll go ahead and start off with Hayden. Yes, please. Thank you. All right. So Hayden, this is the, weaving traffic, was on probation and field sobriety test and arrested for DWI. Also found with what field tested to be cocaine under a gram. And so now he has the felony offense. He was on probation for misdemeanor assault family violence. When he came in, he was positive for marijuana and cocaine. All right, so Mr. Beaver, you requested this detention hearing.
Yes, Your Honor, for 3 reasons. One is because I believe that Hayden's mother scheduled an appointment with MHMR and we're trying to get him back on board so he can receive services there. Another was that I had another hearing today, so to promote judicial position.
Okay.
And he was on level 1 outstanding, asking that he be released on a monitor so he can attend the meeting with MHMR and start receiving some services.
Right. Okay, what was this other hearing today?
No, my other hearing.
Oh, you had another, oh,
Yes, Your
that makes sense. All right, so do we have Mom here?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I'm very concerned about the cocaine. Okay, he tested positive and he hasn't had possession of cocaine. So that is, in my opinion, when I'm dealing with marijuana, it's just a bad decision-making process. When we're dealing with cocaine, we're dealing with severe addiction concerns. All right, so, and especially if he has mental health concerns, if he's self-medicating with street drugs, obviously this will interfere with any kind of drug prescription that the doctor may give him. All right, so looking forward, now I'm sure you're not the one giving it to him. Do you have any idea where the cocaine or the weed came from? Okay. So now let's just look forward. What is the plan so that I don't have to worry about Hayden ended up acquiring more marijuana or cocaine?
Well, we'll start MHMR.
Okay.
He has his appointment Thursday. We'll start MHMR. He'll do the whole drug counseling, his getting back on his meds,
Okay.
and some counseling for some other things that have happened,
Okay.
some other incidences that I think are kind of affecting him right now. And we'll take it from there. He's done it before. It really helped.
Okay. What you mean the counseling, not the cocaine?
No, not the counseling.
Okay. All right. So then my next question is going to be, what is he diagnosed with?
Anxiety and depression and ADHD.
ADHD, right? So Hayden, what you have to understand is, given your situation in life, right, with these diagnoses, you just can't take street drugs, including marijuana, right? That's one of those, and including alcohol as well. All right, even though that is legal for adults. You have to understand that everyone has a different lot in life. This is just what God gave you. All right, and this is your unique situation. So you're just, while some people may be able to smoke weed and be fine, some people may, I hate to say it, some people may be able to use cocaine and be fine. You cannot, all right, because you have other issues going on, you have other prescriptions. The reason why is because, the reason why is because if the doctor gives you a prescription, there's something called synergistic effects. What that means is every drug can interact with another drug. Like, ever notice at the pharmacy, if you get a prescription, they always ask, are you taking other medications? And the reason why is because the pharmacist knows that some drugs interact with other drugs, and they can reduce or increase the efficacy, right? That's the efficiency of the drug they're prescribing to. So this is just where Hayden is in life. You just can't consume drugs or alcohol because it will interfere too much one way or too much the other way of your prescription medication. Okay. And so that's you're stuck. So I'm going to let you go on ES. All right. So you can go to your appointment because the doctor is getting his proper medical treatment support to me. I'm going to release on a sweat patch. All right. Now, depending, there are some drugs the doctor can prescribe you that will still test positive for some of the things we test on the sweat patch. As long as you bring your prescription to us and your prescription tells us that you're test positive for that drug, you're fine, don't worry about it. But I know for a fact there's no prescription your doctor will give you that will make you test positive for THC. Okay, so if you test positive for THC, you know you're coming back here. All right, so this is on you. Do what you're supposed to do. Go to the doctor, take your prescription like you're supposed to. You'll all be fine. Okay, I'm not worried about the DWI. I'm worried about the cocaine. Okay, now you have to understand, you can stop taking your medication, and we follow up. Your mom tells us you're refusing to take it because you don't like the way it makes you feel. I'm bringing you back here. Okay, if you don't like what the medication does to you, tell your mom, go back to the doctor, get the prescription adjusted, and then move on. But you have to do it. There's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. All right. Any questions? Because this is pretty easy on you, right? I'm not asking you to do a whole lot. I'm asking you not to sneak out of the house. I'm asking you not to take street drugs. I'm asking you to take your prescription and then respect your mom. Okay? It's pretty simple. All right. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Beaver. Sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, sir. You've been here for 2 weeks now. This is your first 10-day hearing. You've never been here before. Well, you have been. Okay, that's right. So let's go back in April 4th, 9 o'clock at night, suspicious person call. Someone was beaten on the building for over an hour. Police went up. Something was wrong. And evidently you had THC oil, X, Xanax. You picked up 3 felony drug cases. So we let you out. And on June 13th, like I'm wondering how long he was on the street before June 4th or June 13th.
I believe he was released at his first.
Okay. All right. So you were in here, you behaved, we let you go. On June 13th, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there's a shooting call. 20-year-old victim in front of an apartment bleeding from a gunshot wound to the head. EMT is treated, transported to hospital. Witnesses gave up accounts. You both, the victim and the suspect. They said they were talking on the porch, talking to you when the victim came up to talk. When they were talking, he said he pulled out a pistol and shot him 1 time in the head, but ran on foot. Called 911. Medics came and photo lineup, you identified, arrested for impertinence. Well, sir, do we have a parent here?
No, sir.
No, all right. Okay, sir. Well, I'm going to find there is probable cause for your detention, and that if I was to release you, you would be a danger to the community as well as yourself. I'm going to continue to detain you. Thank you, sir. And
Yeah.
yes, sir. Thank you. It's too loud. All right, so and then this is your second 10-day hearing here, level 2. So why is he level 2?
Well, I have a breakdown of his level progress and fractions. he hasn't included any major, there was a confinement for resident initiated separation, but for the most part, just to consolidate it, is minor infractions that keep him from achieving level 1 or 1 outstanding status.
Just like life, you can have a whole bunch of minor infractions that keep you from succeeding, right? All right, well, so it is what it is. Then you're brought here in May. We're saying, do we have a parent here?
Yes.
Oh, hello. Okay. 11 o'clock, people, police dispatched domestic. When they got there, met with mom's boyfriend. They said that mom and boyfriend, let's see, they found you in the process of moving his car and told you not to. You said your mom gave permission to do it anyways, and but called police. So you moved the car anyways, so it's like defiance. Like those little things that prevent you from succeeding, right? Okay, so boyfriend took the cell phone, made a gesture like he was gonna call the police, which you put the car apart, went to the driver's side door. And then Emily, you, I guess, kick the door open, hitting him. That's why I said you're a pussy. So he walked inside the house, allegedly you attacked from behind, this is what you deserve upon the police on me. And he restrained you, but you were hit in the face, bit him in the chest. Mom tried to assist, but swung at your mother and missed. Picked up rebar and hit his vehicle 3 places, cost $600, and he just took off running. All right, so I told you that if you achieve level 1 outstanding, I consider releasing outside the 10 days detention hearing cycle. Doctor saw you, and the doctor felt like the prescriptions did not need to be adjusted, and you have not achieved level 1 outstanding. All right, so Mom, have you been able to talk to your son while he's here? Are you able to visit him or just phone?
I visited him once and then just called him.
I'm sorry?
One time visit and then the rest were here.
Okay. Are you noticing anything different with Landon?
I mean, he says, you know, he wants to do better.
Yeah. I believe he wants to get out of here. So, all right, Landon, here's my problem. If you're not, I'm not going to put you back in your mom's home unless you can behave and be a level 1 outstanding at home. And if you can't be a level 1 outstanding here, I have no reason to think you'll do it at home. All right, so I'm going to let you know now, if you're just going to hold out and just play these little microaggression games, thinking that one day I'll give in, I'm not going to. All right, I'm not going to disrespect your mom by allowing you to go home for you to disrespect her. All right, so the doctor has seen you and he has decided that your prescription is appropriate for your medical condition, which at that point tells me that you are just choosing to cause problems. So as long as you don't hold out and cause problems, then you're just going to stay here. But one day when you wake up, you're like, I'm tired of this. I want to go home because I want to go home and follow the rules of my mom's house. I'll let you out. But you got to prove it to me first. If you can't get the level 1 outstanding here, then there's no reason for me to think you'll be level 1 outstanding at home. Mom, no matter how much you want your son home, no matter how much he wants to go home, given what he's actually done in the past, allegedly, indicates to me that he will continue to do that if I let him go until he shows me he can behave better. Okay? All right, Landon, we'll see you in 10 days. Thank you. Nathan. You parent here, Nathan? Yes. Thank you. All right, so Nathan, 16 years old, we adjudicated you delinquent for burglary of habitation back in January. That was involving a firearm, theft of several guns. You were placed on 2 years of probation, and that was on March 10th. On May 20th, we issued a warrant because you ran away, and you were brought over here when you returned home. June 8th, Judge Porter released you on electronic monitor with a sweat patch. A week later, we tested the sweat patch for positive cocaine and THC. We issued a warrant for you and you removed your EM and ran. Did we call and let him know that we're issuing a warrant?
Oh, Your Honor, he removed it again. That's fine.
Just on his own?
Yeah.
Okay. So finally, a month later, we picked you up and brought over here on the warrant, positive cocaine and THC again. Was this a determined or indeterminate amendment?
Indeterminate.
Indeterminate. All right, well, JPD is recommending for inpatient substance use treatment at QRC. At this point, I'm just trying to decide if I'm wasting my time with treatment. Like, does he just need to go to TJ50? That's the decision that I need to make. The problem, Nathan, is as long as you have an A in attendance, you can mess up all you want, and I will work with you as long as you're reporting. But when you run away and cut off my electronic monitor twice, no, run away twice, cut off the monitor once. And that tells me that you don't even want to be supervised and you don't want to change your behavior. And if that's the case, that's what TJJ is for. Mom, his tattoos, where are they coming from?
He has done them on his own.
No, he did a self tattoo or he got them done by,
He's done a couple self tattoos and then one of his friends did the big,
did you report that to the police?
no, I didn't know how to do. I didn't know that was a thing.
Call the police.
Well, I know how to do that. I didn't know it was a thing
Yeah.
that I would need to call the police.
Yeah, yeah, it's a crime for somebody to tattoo your child.
Okay.
Does he have any face tattoos yet? Okay. Matter of time. Mental health issues has been diagnosed.
Well, we were in the process of it through MHMR, initial diagnosis of ODD and DMDD.
Yeah, I can tell his attitude signature tells me everything. Well, meanwhile, Nathan, I'm gonna go and detain you. And it will be up to Mr. Spence here to convince me or one of the other judges that QRC inpatient can help, or your attorney, but that'll be for a different day. At this point, yeah, I'm not releasing you, they'll just run away and use more code. Thanks, Nathan. Thank you. Thank you. Samaya. Yes, sir. Thank you. Have we not met before? No? Okay. You look familiar. All right, somebody, you never had an intake for girl, you're 16. Forward PD brought you in. They're saying about a little past a minute. Do we have a parent here? Okay, hello.
Hi.
Okay, so a little past midnight, they were dispatched to domestic. Police said when they got there, there's an argument between Samaya and her 8-year-old brother who had said she had taken his vehicle and had a knife. So police report said officers saw her holding a 5 to 6 inch knife in each hand with her arms outward, yelling and threatening serious bodily injury or death, and walking towards her brother. Police intervened, tased her.
No.
Oh, pointed at the taser.
That's when I got in front of her.
That's when what?
I got in front of her.
You got in front of her, okay.
He's not finished. I thought it was done.
Okay. Told her to drop the knives, and the Please said, while on the scene, talk to a witness who's reported to Maya before entering the residence, state your brother, I'm gonna stab you. Okay, so does the brother live with you?
He does, he's 18.
He's 18, okay. Is he in school 18 or is he still a student? All right,
He's still a student, he works.
sure. So mom, tell me what's really going on here between Maya and her brother.
Honestly, to tell you, I don't know. Samaya always had issues with being the op all of the four I have. She, of course, I guess.
Is she the youngest?
No,
Okay.
there's two under her,
Okay.
13 and 12. So, with the oldest two is being rocky. Like I stated to Mr. Lenny that, of course, we had, I don't know, she could be grieving because mom passed years ago, her stepfather passed years ago, her dad's still alive. But of course, he's serving prison time somewhere. But I think it's just a cycle. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to get out of the cycle. And I thought once mom passed, that would be an issue. It wouldn't be an issue. But with her, she seemed to be rebellious. She seemed to be defiant. She seemed to not really want to go out and listen to my rules at home.
Sure.
So
Have you had her ever diagnosed for mental health?
she's been at Millwood twice.
Okay. What is she diagnosed with?
The DMD, but it was that first, and then it went to, I want to say DMD, just the
Okay, sure. Is she on medication?
depression mood or something,
Yeah, anything else or just those two?
just those.
Okay, is she on any prescription? When's the last time she saw the doctor?
The last time she was on a prescription for that type of issue was earlier this year. No, last year. Because in 2019, I think that's when she got first time at Millwood, and then it came back beginning of the year in
So
January.
mom, you know it doesn't come back. It's always there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I know, but I
All right.
mean, being the fact that I listened to her because she said it made her feel funny, she didn't like the way it made her feel. Of course, when she's on the medication, she's calm, she's nice, but it seems to be like when she's not on the medication,
Sure.
she gets defiant. That's one of the things that keep
So do you still have a valid prescription or is that all run out?
No.
All right. And the doctor that saw her was at Millwood, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what I'm gonna do now at this point. Do you remember what month of 2020 this was?
January.
Okay. Zamaya, I'm going to detain you for a couple of reasons. One is I want you to see a doctor. Evidently you were diagnosed with something and you need a prescription and you're not on it. So I want to make sure that you are able to get your medication. You may have heard me tell another kid that if you don't like the medication, that you need to let a responsible adult know so we can get you to a doctor again and adjust that prescription. Okay. You can't just stop taking it because you don't like the way it makes you feel. Because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure you don't like the way being Kimbo makes you feel either. Furthermore, I would like you to get this prescription, show me that you can take the medication, see how your behavior level is. If it's working, then I see no problem with you getting to level 1 outstanding. If it's not working, you'll have struggles, and we'll refer the doctor to see you again. Also, I'll let you know that it's very difficult for me to release you to your mom because your brother, who is the victim allegedly of this offense, also lives in that home. And I don't want you to put you back. I don't want to put you back in the same situation where he or you may get hurt. Okay. So at this point, I need things to settle down. I also need you to see a doctor again. I need you to show me that you take your medication. Then I'll start reviewing this and making a decision. But until then, I think that's a danger for me to release you. Okay? Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Zamaya has asked me to let the court know that she's not opposed to taking her medication and that she is open to taking the medication and she's hoping that once she takes the medication, she can continue that she will do everything she needs to do so she can be considered for release the next time she has detention.
Okay, so Zamaya, I just want you to know that medication is part of it, but then I'm gonna have to talk with your mom to figure out a safe place to release you, because I'm very hesitant to release you back to the same household that your brother, who is the alleged victim in this case, would live in. I don't want to give you the opportunity to stab him, okay? I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what the police report says. That is my other concern. So just taking your medication, getting level 1 outstanding, doesn't automatically mean I'm going to release you. That means that's the first step. Then I start weighing the options, consider what's going on, and then make a decision from there. Okay? All right, thank you. Yasmin. All right, Yasmin. Oh, is the one you already gave me? Okay. And the rest are under 14. Then. All right, so at this point, under Texas Family Code 5408A, the court was closed these proceedings to the public, finding good cause to exclude the public from these proceedings. And so, and the rest of them are under 14, so those will be closed by default. So at this point, who is here for Yasmin?
I'm here for Alexandria.
Okay, sir,
Oh,
you're Yasmin? That's a yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what I'm going to do is the court proceedings, the court proceedings are closed. So
Oh, you want me to leave?
I'm going to need anybody who's not an attorney or juvenile probation
Oh.
step out in the hallway. We'll call you when your child is home.
Okay,
I'll
I thought
do it.
there was no way. I'm sorry.
No. You were fine up
Judge
until now.
Okay, I'm down. I'll be out of your way.
No, ma'am. Please wait in the hallway. We'll call you in when your
Yeah.
child. Okay.
I'll be out of your way.
Thank you. I got something.